Hello, cats and kittens. Orewa Jose, Yoroshiku. We're back in the Crisis Corner, and we're giving our review of One Piece Chapter 923. Apologize for the slight lateness of the review. Stuff happens. It's what it is. Say hey, my man Dave. What's going on?
What's up?
All right, what's up? And before we start, the Crisis Corner, we family. We about jokes, and it's time for jokes. It's time for jokes, but it's also time, to show some compassion. So before we start our chapter, we have a moment of silence. That's for my man Straw Hat Luffy. That man could be dead. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
You gotta pull one out for the homie.
It is what it is. So, all right, we talk about chapter 923. We're about to get into it. The chapter titled
Kaido the Yonko
versus
Luffy,
so to speak. It's a short chapter, and first I'm gonna say it's beautifully illustrated.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's because it's mainly fights, and there's not a whole lot to talk about in terms of like dialogue. The dialogue is poignant. I'll give you that. What is said is poignant, but it's mainly a fight. Yeah. So I'm just going through the pages here. The one thing that a lot of people were curious about was the effect that Luffy's blow had on Kaido, hitting him with that elephant gun. And it turns out, looking from that first page, Kaido doesn't look hurt. You know what I mean? And look, I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna tell you, I was hard on Luffy. From 9:18 until last at 9:20, I was hard on Luffy. I said he was careless.
You did.
He messed up. He walked into look, alligator mouth, got his little monkey butt. Whoop. That's what we see. That's what we about to see. But I feel bad for him to an extent. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for him. That elephant gun. When I look at the expression on Kaido's face, kind of like somebody that stubbed their toe, or maybe some kind of annoyance. You know what I'm saying? He hit the man, but you don't see him go, oh. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he got no pain, like he's in severe pains or something. He just got hit. It forced him down to the ground. I give him that. I will give him that. Luffy forced him out of the air down to the ground. I think that's the extent of it.
He pushed him.
Yeah. He was drunk.
Pushed him.
If he wasn't drunk, I don't even know if he would have did that.
He got him for a good shove.
Yeah. Woo. And it was impressive in that respect. Outside of that, I'm just going through the pages. I'm also interested in Shitamaru's reactions, because matter of fact, through the whole thing, Shitamaru is interesting to me because he never gives you the impression that he's afraid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in the last chapter, he looked like, oh, it's Kaido. He came in, man. All right, everybody run, but he wasn't screaming. His eyes wasn't bugging out or nothing like that. He was like, all right, there's nothing we can do about this. Let's head back to the mountains. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm starting to get, Shitamaru is definitely coming across as a player.
Yeah.
Especially in his dealings or his handling of the handling of the Jack fight leads me to believe that there's something to Shitamaru as a character, and he's going to have some substantial role in the arc in some regard. So he's not going to be a one-off. He's going to mean something. So him standing there, and like you said, he's not shook.
Mm-hmm.
He does make a comment about You know, I mean, I guess ultimately he takes notice of Luffy, which is, I guess, speaks to your idea in my mind about him possibly coming back in to help get Luffy ready for this, for the end fight. In the arc. So I think there may be something to that, to your theory in that regard. So I'm looking for some great things from Shooting Morrow as the arc plays out.
I mean, that page where he's still sitting there drinking, he basically tells him, you know, go back to the mountains without me. Something's bothering me. He wants to check something out. One thing that I find odd that he says, go back to the mountains. So it's known that he and his bandits hide out in the mountains. Kaido probably knows that they hide out in the mountains, and nobody is going over there to eliminate them. You know what I'm saying? Either they see them as just not being a threat in the overall sense, or are they strong enough to where you really don't want to waste the manpower to go over there and root them out because, you know, you might lose some people. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think a point is made that he is, however, and I don't know where he would fall, you know, headliner versus Calamity versus whatever, but Shooting, his power is respected enough, whereas it's clear Kaido wants him as a subordinate.
Yeah.
So it leads me to believe he's not something to, you know, to shrug at. He's a player in some regard. And I mean, mountains are notoriously, I mean, it's a treacherous terrain. So like I guess to your point, essentially it's not something you want to waste manpower on. If you don't know that mountain path, and they could be anywhere in the mountains, you know, and they probably gonna have the jump on you because it's their turf. So it seems to me it's not something one would want to risk. So that's how I took that little bit, you know, go back to the mountains, you know, because I mean he's a mountain bandit. He's a known mountain bandit. It's not like, you know, he didn't just jump out and surprise folks. You know, we know Street Model. You know, and he's a mountain bandit. No, they might do.
Now going forward, we see Speed, Lady Speed, has apparently run into Kaido.
Kaido does not suffer fools lightly. This man is making it clear.
And then the cool thing is this. Oda maintains Kaido's threat level and that he trounced Speed and a little girl on some drunk rage. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a cool dude. He's not all right. He's not, you know, some, you know, cat to be trifled with or whatever. He just came across this little girl and one of his subordinates. She did something that he didn't want done, or she's trying to defend Tama or whatever she was trying to do, and he took her to the edge of her life and beat the little girl down. A little girl.
Well, we assume that he beat the little girl down because to this point there's no trace of her.
Nah.
We don't know where Tama is. We see what happened to Speed. We don't know what went down with. We hope Tama's still alive.
I mean, when she says she couldn't protect her, I'm assuming that Kaido went in on Tama. And Speed couldn't do nothing about it.
So this makes me wonder, because Tama's going to have a role.
Oh yeah.
In this whole arc in some form or fashion. The fact that she was able to subjugate, Speed, means something. So I'm not certain, you know, and I think Speed is a product of Smile.
Right.
So, you know, she has an artificial devil fruit ability. So I'm waiting for a clear indication on whether true devil fruits and artificials matter. If there's a distinction that we need to be cognizant of,
right,
going forward, because obviously Tama is a problem because she can control Zoan devil fruit, artificial Zoan devil fruit use.
Does Kaido know this?
Huh?
Does Kaido know this?
I'm wondering if that's why they want her. I'm wondering because they're seeking Tama out. So ultimately, she's a problem in some regard. So I don't know if that's what it is. Kaido, it seems to me he must know something. Because why else would you want her?
Yeah, but this seems. Well, I guess that depends on what actually happened to her. Because if he trounced her after he finished with Speed, then either he was drunk and just started going in on people regardless and forgot that he needed her, or he didn't need her in the first place, or didn't know what she could do and just pasted her on general principle. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, like you say, we see the picture of the busted apple and some blood on the floor and assume that he attacked her. It wouldn't take a lot for him to kill her, obviously, because we see what the condition that Speed's in,
Exactly.
And all she can do is, create the little dongos and control the artificial, smile guys.
I mean, we don't want to minimize that, we don't want to minimize that because that's a.
But I mean, in terms of her defending herself, she can't do it.
I mean, no. I mean, she's not a fighter to this point that we've seen, and I mean, but it just the idea that she can control. And like I said, I'm curious if it's just artificial Zoans. So I'm curious as to if she's a threat to Zoans, to anything that has an animal base to it, because ultimately she could be a threat to Kaido.
True.
And that might be a game changer because, the Bama's a dragon. So I'm wondering.
They might have slipped some of them dongos in his soup.
That's all. I'm trying to tell you, a nice dongo soup might be all it takes to unsee the Yonko. So, I mean, we'll find out.
Okay.
As Wano plays out, because I'm real curious as because Shuzamaru and Tama look like they both are going to have a role to play in this thing. I mean, I was thinking that she might have been part of the royal line, but now I'm not quite so sure. Well, I mean, I wasn't really sure at any point because essentially she's really young, and if we're doing a time travel thing, it's been 20 years, so I don't know if.
I mean, that might have been the daughter that Homegirl sent to the future.
You think she would have said? I mean, that's possible because they never said what happened to her, so she might have gone to a different point.
Yeah, she would have, but she didn't arrive at the same. She wouldn't have arrived at the same time as Momo and.
Because she would have arrived in the past, but she at least met up with Ace.
Right. Okay, that's true.
It's possible. Because I was really curious as to what happened to his sister.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me see. Moving on from her, another thing that I like was the fact that I've been hard on Luffy, but he's starting to catch all of the weight of his mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's a great page when he reflects and does a little flashback. Oh brother, I'll never forget the taste of the apple, whatever. And he just slams his hand on the ground. I should have gone with her. Yes, you should have. Absolutely. And you shouldn't have left the villagers alone either. Although apparently it might not have made that much of a difference anyway. So it's all. But he's realizing this.
Yeah.
And to nail it down, your man Law shows up and said, "Look, that's what happens when you go around." Try to play the savior or whatever and give people food, man. What did you think was going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Basically is what he's saying. I mean, this is real. Hey, I mean, you know what I mean? That's how it is. Then, and every decision that Luffy makes from this point forward, I don't blame him. I don't blame, because at this point it's done. You know what I'm saying? Now him thinking, if I crush him now, deciding to fight Kaido, we can end it right here. He's wrong, and he should know that he's wrong, but he's in his feelings right now because apparently his crew has been wiped out. Although technically, Law's crew's been wiped out too, but you don't see him talking about let's run up on Kaido, but whatever. His crew's been wiped out, the villages, Tama, all of this, and he's accepting responsibility for it, and he calls Kaido out, which is, hey, that's savage, you know what I'm saying? I give him credit for that. That's straight savage, you know what I mean? And that's a great panel, that last panel where he's like, over here, you know what I'm saying? And the Kaido comes out the sky and he's just standing there looking, you know, hardcore. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, I'm with you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, he knows he can't. I mean, I guess in my heart, he has to know he can't match it with the Yonko. But I mean, to his point, you know, 2 weeks from now, today, what difference it make? We got to fight this battle. Like, it's got to happen. You know, like, we say we're going to put him down, let's put him down. I don't know if it matters, you know, if Luffy's the hardest catch you got on your team, I guess you're assuming that the collection of Bamas that fall in behind you are going to somehow or another amount to Yonko level might. But, you know, you got to figure out where it goes. Now, I for one feel like maybe he was a little bit premature because at this point I know it's going to be, you know, in my mind it would have to be him, you know, Zolo, Law, Inuraishi, Nekomamushi. I guess Sanji could come, you know, if he needed to. I don't know. You know, maybe he could keep Hawkins from coming up on top, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he could be there. I can't speak to, you know, the way my man Oda been clowning my boy, but you know.
We'll get to that in the whole King Island.
Yeah. You're right. My bad. I got frustrations. I don't know, but yeah, we'll I mean, a reckoning had to come at some point or another. Knowing Luffy, it had to come now. Like you said, he's in his feelings, and you know, logic dictates if we got to fight him in 2 weeks, it's not going to make much of a difference if we do it now. We got to beat his ass. We got to beat him.
Yeah, and I find it interesting. Well, all that you need to know about Law is as he's having this conversation with Kaido, Law is nowhere to be seen. He ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? You go fight Kaido, you know what I'm saying?
But you're going to do it alone.
Yeah, I mean, I want no part of this. You know what I'm saying? After he tells Luffy, you know, this is what happens when you do this, that, and the other. And Luffy makes a statement, you know, if we can beat him, if I beat him here, then it'll be over. And when he calls Kaido out, that's the last you see him, Lord.
And I say, well, he's not a good partner. He's a turncoat. I'm gonna tell you, this man, he came here with a particular goal in mind. He's about achieving it. And the fact of the matter is, you know, we can't achieve this goal if we both dead.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at Law. I'm not. Like, I wasn't upset.
Like, have at it. Do it, man. You know what happens.
Do what you feel.
So, you know, Kaido's response, he let loose with another one of them dragon breath joints or whatever.
Which are devastating, but yeah, he did let loose with that.
You know, blows up half the village with it. And Luffy goes back in with, what did he hit him with this time? Elephant gun Gatling.
The Gatling, yeah.
Okay. Elephant, this is gear 3. Gear 3rd. All right. So he's hitting him with, I mean, he started off with so he's in the gear 3rd attacks. And they definitely they move Kaido.
I mean, they land.
Yeah, they land and they affect some amount of momentum and move him in a direction. I still don't see an expression of pain on his face.
It looks to me, and maybe it's the way I'm reading it, but it looked to me as if it was, let's say, a toddler going at a heavyweight champion. It just looked to me like, he was being struck.
Yeah. There's a panel. Let me see. I don't know exactly which page it is. It's not 10, but he's hitting him with the barrage. All right, and the people saying, "Oh, he's beating the crap out of Lord Kaido." That last hit, it's like he hits him square in the mouth, and Kaido was like straight up. You know, like one of them he hits him and he's kind of like turned sideways. Then he hits him with a couple of them. That last one, he's hit him and he's like took it straight on the nose, and that's it. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, okay. I mean, the thing you have to understand is that, I mean, to the uninitiated, this is a man who jumped off of a cloud to see if he could die. You know what I'm saying? He's going to take the measure of his opponent. Because at the worst, he would run into somebody that would kill him, and that would almost be a relief. So he wants to see, just bring it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you got. You know, that's what I'm saying right here. He's like, oh, this is Straw Hat Luffy that I heard about that took out Dofi and, you know, all of these, you know, Shichibukai, you know, like that's something. Go ahead, let's see what you got. So he hits him with the Gatling. All right, he falls back. I don't know if he falls back because he's drunk or he falls back because the momentum of the blows brought him down to the ground. Fair enough. Transforms back into his human form. Fair enough. I don't know. Again, I don't know if he did that because he was drunk or hurt or whatever. Maybe he wanted to do that. I don't know. But I don't know if he was forced into it. All right, so Luffy continues the barrage. He goes to his strongest attack. Gear 4. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? This is it. The joint that took down Doflamingo. You know what I'm saying? The joint that nearly annoyed Big Mom. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You know what I'm saying? Hits him with the Carl organ. You know what I'm saying?
He lit into him.
And went for a good bit. You know, till he started wheezing. You know what I'm saying? Which means, I mean, look how long it took for him to get really taxed against Dofi. It took a while. You know what I'm saying?
And he's stronger now.
Yeah.
And we have to clearly make it. I mean, the point needs to be made. After he fought Dofi, he's gone through two power-up fights. Because I mean, even though the big one was Katakuri, he fought Cracker, and he had to. Cracker he makes the statement. Cracker is his armament hockey's stronger than Doflamingo. So he had to level up in some regard, even though he got a major assist from Nami.
Yeah.
But you know, he had to level up to take down Cracker, and he had to level up strength-wise to be able to take on Katakuri. Yeah. So he's stronger than when he fought Dofi, and he's laying into Kaido.
He hit him as hard as he possibly can. I mean,
yeah.
And you know, I'm interested to see is when they animate this, I think they're going to draw out this bit. Because, I mean, obviously, from the standpoint of, you know, this being a manga, this being art, Oda only had so many pages that he could dedicate to this barrage of blows. But I think when they get to the anime, it might be lengthy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to draw out a little bit longer than what we just see in these 2 pages. So he hits him with everything he got. He has. We finally see Law again, who's standing off in the distance observing with everybody else, and Kaido falls on his back. Now I don't know if it's from boredom or this is the strength of the blows, and I'm not gonna. I mean, I am clowning Luffy, but I'm mocking him actually. But I love Luffy. You know what I'm saying? He's an earnest kid and he fights with all his heart. But like I say, I'm trying not to, whatever. All right, so then Kaido gets back up, finds his mace from wherever it was sitting, and bam, pulls the Saitama on him, just one-handed.
One-handed
KO.
One-handed underhand.
Well, yeah, it was like
one-handed underhand. He comes and it
immediately goes out of gear 4. I mean, that's the second Yonko that's done that to him. Takes him out of his gear 4.
One-hitter quitter.
Yeah, Big Mom didn't even have to hit him. I don't think she did.
No,
she just absorbed that joy from whatever. This time he learned, he's taking it on the chin. He got smashed, and like I say, a moment of silence, man. Dude, like he dead for real.
Man,
he looked like he dead.
What I am going to say, and I honestly believe, and this goes even way back to Whitebeard, and I honestly feel like it's one of those situations where I would say placement in story plays a part in even the demonstration, but Oda does not disappoint when Yonko hit the scene. Like, he has yet to disappoint. when he tells you that these cats are monsters, they are monsters. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, if you, and I can't wait to see what they do to Wano in the anime, because Whole Cake Island, and we're gonna get into it when we get into it, but essentially, Big Mom is a monster. She's terrifying, and I know she's terrifying, and I've read Whole Cake, so I know how it goes, and I'm just worried that those cats ain't gonna make it. You know, like it's that real, and I feel like this bit right here. You know, you hear all this stuff about Kaido being the strongest creature there is, yada, yada, yada. How many times have you seen Luffy be hit with the one-hitter quitter and it's just done?
Look, what's the worst that he looked after a fight? This is it. I mean, and this wasn't even a fight. You know what I'm saying? It was when he went in on at the conclusion of his fight with say Lucci.
Okay.
He was tired. He was taxed. He couldn't move, but he wasn't drenched in blood or whatever. And he didn't look like he was dead. You know what I'm saying? At the conclusion of his fight with Dofi, taxed. You know what I'm saying? He was tongue hanging out or whatever. He ain't look like he was dead. You know what I'm saying? You can think of any fight that he had. Maybe, no, I can't think. He's never looked that bad at any given time. This is devastating. And the dude that he was beating on, there ain't even no blood on him, I don't think. I'm looking at Kaido, yeah, he don't got a blood.
Kaido's pretty much unscathed. Kaido comes out of this like it was nothing. And I'm going to tell you, like, we've been reading One Piece for a long time. A long time. And I'm trying to tell you, he's been, because something I like about One Piece is the fact that Luffy's been defeated. Like, it's not like this is a new phenomenon in the book. I'm trying to, this is the first one-hitter quitter I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've never seen this. I've never seen, I mean, I'm talking about when he first goes up against Aokiji, that was a one-sided fight. He wasn't one-hitter quitted. Like, this wasn't, you're done. Like, this is insane.
Yeah. This is, I mean, look, strongest creature in the world, you know.
In the world.
And he hits you, I mean, in this, what do you call that? 8 trigrams, thunderclap, or whatever it is. That's probably equivalent to Luffy's pistol. To him, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even thinking that if he had gears, this would be one. If that. It'd be pistol, you know what I'm saying? Go with no pistol, and then you leave a man at death's door. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he a bum. Luffy ain't a bum by any stretch of imagination. But
this dude is near Katakuri level.
Yeah.
And you know how terrifying Katakuri is. Near Katakuri level, and he was one-hitter quittered by a Yonko. This man was laid out.
Conscious. That little drip is the blood just dripping out of him. Like he sleep.
I don't know.
So that man was asleep.
As far as I know, he might be on death's door. I don't know. Like you said, you know, we had to, you know, moment of silence because Luffy maybe no more. Well, we know that's an exaggeration because there is a 924 coming.
Yes.
But this could easily be the end of One Piece, you know.
Yeah.
Well, as we know it.
And, but look, and like I say, for all I've been coming down on Luffy, it's not a mark against Oda. This is beautiful storytelling. This is how cats learn. This is how cats grow. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's kept Luffy pretty much consistent in character, even though I still argue that he should have known better.
Grown a little bit, I'm with you.
Yeah, but if you say that he's caught up in emotion and maybe he got careless, because I wouldn't say that Luffy he's careless at times, and maybe Howard, as my boy Little Richard would say, he's not conceited, he's convinced. You know what I'm saying? he's not. He wouldn't underestimate somebody, but he has confidence. You know what I'm saying? And that confidence is born out of the fact that he's defeated X amount of people, maybe some people that he feels maybe that he shouldn't have had any business fighting in the first place. But he's won. He's a winner, and he wins, and he wins. So he said, if I'm going to fight this next dude, I'm going to win too. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he's feeling the guilt of having let Tama down and let the village down or whatever. He got up in his feelings and he said, well, I have to take this guy out. And every time I have to beat somebody, I beat him. I beat him too.
Because I'm a bad man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, not conceited, convinced. You know
I wish you.
That's his deal. That's his strength. For real. His strength just got smacked the snot out of him. You know what I'm saying? But it still is great. He gave us a fight that we didn't expect. But a fight. He gave us a confrontation that we didn't expect. And we got the desired result. Because if Luffy had fought the man to a standstill, we'd all be calling BS on this. This is the only way that this confrontation could have ended. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't expect to see it when we did, which is great storytelling. And, you know, hero's journey, you know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
It's what it is, you know what I mean? He caught a whooping, and hey. Now the question is, what's going to happen? I still would say that Shitamaru could possibly jump in.
Take him up to the mountain.
Take him off to, between Law, Shitamaru, and who else is available? I guess them two. I can't see anybody else. He's not going to introduce a new person.
No, and I mean, we don't know where Zolo's off somewhere. I mean, he said something about getting on a boat or something. So we don't know. Zolo's off the board.
The crew is probably they escaped, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point in time, the wisest thing, if Luffy can't put a dent in Kaido, there's nothing anybody on the crew's going to do.
So he's either going to the cell with a kid, or
he's either dead, cell with kid, or they save him to go train him up.
You know what? One theory I had was that Kid or Shitamaru, or a combination of both, save him and they go up into the mountains and meet up with somebody that can show him some jutsus or whatever that helps him level up. Now, barring that, he get put in a cell with a cat did know some jutsus. Although if he did know some jutsus, why would he be in the cell? Okay.
I mean, even if you know a jutsu, Kaido is still Kaido. So, I mean, it's not always... knowledge is great, but execution and knowledge makes power. So, you know, even if you know something, don't mean you can do it. You know, I mean...
But he's going to level up. It's a question of who is going to teach him this. Somebody's going to teach him something. He might learn quiet meditation in his cell, which raises the level of his haki or something.
No, we can't, you know, like I said, that's powerful stuff. I mean, I don't want to delve too deeply into other manga and so forth, but in Naruto, you know, your man Kakashi, you know, spent some time gearing Naruto up, building up his Rasengan. Yeah, so, you know, I know Nature Chakra got a hit up on this Rasengan that was unfinished. I know what you need to do. I don't know how to do it. You need to figure that bit out. So ultimately, you know, knowledge and technique coming together, you know,
that could be it.
Make the win Rasengan.
That might be it. I mean, it might be something to that extent. But what we know that we know he's not gonna die. I mean, I mocked the man, true, but no, I mean he's not dead. He's just he's asleep. That's true.
It's his book. He'll be around in 924.
Yeah, he knocked out, drenching blood a little bit, and sleep clearly. But I mean, so he can still Law can still pull a room and substitute him using the substitution jutsu and get him out of there.
Get him out. I mean, that's
Oh, Kinemon. He was on his way down there.
Was he?
Remember, he was running down there to save the people, to save Okiku. What's
yeah.
Not Osuru, was it?
Osuru.
Osuru. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay, well, man, I mean, but I don't know what Kinemon would do.
Throw some fire at him, I guess.
I mean, I mean, he's definitely gonna be outmatched. Kinemon is.
Oh yeah, he can just grab him and run, man.
If anything, he might be, and I mean, he might be lower level, headliner level. He's not.
That's true.
He ain't. I don't know what he gonna do.
Watch him bleed, I guess. Anyway, so we'll stop here.
All right.
Yeah, maybe in a few hours or so.
Oh man, I am.
We'll get an answer to our queries and find out what happened to the poor man.
I'm so excited, dude. I cannot wait.
Hey, Wano is it's on point. It's on point. I'm feeling it, Especially
my favorite arc in the whole new world. I mean,
yeah. I mean, to me, for a good while, it was what you call him? What's the name of that Joker? The elephant joke.
Oh,
Zoe, yeah. It was Zoe for a minute there because I thought Zoe was pretty hot.
Zoe was decent.
Yeah.
Zoe was strong.
Yeah, I mean, depending if they'd have kept it going, I would have said Reverie, but
Yeah, your Reverie was
hot.
I mean, I ain't even gonna lie, because Oda was dropping bomb after bomb, but this right here is it gave you some lightness that I felt like the book needed.
Yeah.
And then it's starting to build up into some serious nastiness. So I'm loving Wano, loving it.
And another thing I like is, he's balancing drama and humor.
Yeah.
It ain't even look fun. Doesn't look funny now, but but he's been balancing that so far in this arc, which is commendable.
Yes,
I'm loving it. It's good stuff. So we're gonna cut it off here. All of you out there, what's your opinion? What do you think is gonna happen to Luffy? Is it the end of One Piece, or clearly it's not? Toss out your comments, your opinions. Like the video if you like it. Unlike it if you don't. However you feel about that, subscribe and check out the website. Check out our page, different playlists. If you like what you see there, also subscribe. So until 9/24, leaving the Crisis Corner. Holler at you later.